Hi everyone, and welcome back again with Umbraco tutorials. Today we are going to do part 15 of this series. The plan for today, I'm planning to do something new. So to be honest with you, we have finished many things, more than 60%, let's say, of our videos. So today we have option to go to macros or we jump to the search. But I think macros will be something simple. Maybe we can do today Umbraco search or Google search. So this is something interesting, and I think many people they ask about this one. So let's start with Umbraco search. So what is it, this Umbraco search? So each CMS or each site they should have something called search engine. So that search engine. So imagine it's you have the something in the SQL database or any type of database. You want to search in that database. So remember, we used to use, let's suppose, as a simple example, as the entity framework. So you said, if this keyword is contained in that table or in that text or on that description, so give me that that row. So similar here, but this one in Umbraco they have done it in something more advanced. Let's say they are using something similar. So if you know something called Elastic Search or something called the Lucene Search. So Umbraco they use something called Examine. So there is full documentation about that one. I will share it with you. I will put it in the description. You can check that one. It's very simple way they they explain and they talk about the Examine. So how we can implement a search engine in Umbraco using Examine. So I'll go with you step by step and we how we can do that one. Let's jump to our project. So the plan, let's say we can do something. We can add a new page. Let's suppose new page here. We call it search, and you can add text box. If you type anything in that text box, you will see list of result. Same time, maybe we can add something here. I think we can use Bootstrap template to add a text box for search here too. So you can do search in two places, let's say, one in the menu bar or in the same page again, you can do it. So the first things is we need here is to create something called search document type. Let's create again a folder. Let's call this folder admin pages. So why I'm calling this one admin pages? Because I'm thinking we need to do more than search there. So I think search and A to Z we have it in the plan, and the sitemap too. We can add all that stuff in this one. So we need document type with template. So let's call it search. Simple. Let's find a nice icon. Let's call it same again. Let's say search, please. That's a nice one. Let's in the composition, what we need to do here, I think it's type of page 100% because we need the page title. I think we don't need title if you think about it, because we can use the page name. That will be easier for us. But for us, just here we are trying to explain what's Umbraco and what you can do with Umbraco. You can change the architecture how you like and how we think it's better for you. So currently I don't have anything in the content. I will not add anything for now, just so. But when we'll change to use Google search, so we need to add option, say in which search you want to use, is Umbraco or Google. Just switch to say you enable Umbraco or enable Google search. So after we create the page here, we can go now to the home page. In the home page, we can go to permissions and we say, please give me my search page to be under the home page. Let's save it. Yeah, after we save this one, we can straight away create that one to get the template in the front end, and we can work straight away there. Till this one be saved, I think I can show you this one. So this is the exam here. They have a quick start. You can check everything in that one. I think it's amazing, and they explained in an easy way. You can see how you can implement the exam. I will try to go with this one step by step with you. And now we can go to the content tab here, and we should be able to see the search page here. Also can call it search, unfortunately here. Oh, what the heck is that? Let's say search. You can add in the title, as we said, maybe we don't need this title here. Subtitle, we don't need anything here. Search page. Navbar, anything we can choose. Let's say this one. So do we need that page to be in the navbar? I don't think so, because we are planning to add something similar to this one here. So we don't need to show it in the navbar here, in the front end, in this one here exactly. So let's save and publish. We don't need any meter for now. And that's nice. So let's go to the front end here. Still not generated the model. Let's go generate our model. It's sometimes you need just to restart, and sometimes that option you can add it from the app settings. You can add that option there to generate the model straight away. Where we are, we go settings. Let's go to models, and that's it. So we should be able to see now something here, and this one here. It's called search view. So what we need to do here now. So the plan, as we said, we need just to create a text box. Inside that text box, you write what you need to search for. So let's try to tidy it from the beginning. To be honest with you, it will be easier for us. So what we can do here, we can say, I don't know, we can add it in the partial view here. Under the partial, let's say here, we can say search. And let's add here something called underscore search box. So inside the search box, let's say, take this one on, say we'll have model. That model straight away will be string. So we'll send only string that we need to search for. So that text box need a forum. That forum will be the action at model, and a method will be get. This the normal search box, how you add the search box. So if you copy from Bootstrap, you get same this stuff. So we have input here. This input will be type text, and we'll call the placeholder search, and one more, the ID. But I'm adding this ID to be able to work with Google search after. Also the name will be query, and before you submit anything, you have to be everything is required. What we can add here, the button will be something called search. That's it. So we have the forum. Inside that forum, we have text box. As we said, the name only just for the Google search, and they have the button here. That's first part done. So the second part now here, what we need here to say, we need the declaration, the declaration for that model here. I think we have something called the main app. No, it's not in this one. We need something easier. and not in this one. I think something called main. Let me just get it from somewhere. And let's close this one here. So not in the home page. So here, let's say here one. So we have div. Also we have div here, and we have the main. No, 1, 2, 3. That's last one. Nice. So where we can call our text box to be in this one here. So before we write anything down there, we can say here. So we need the value of that search box when they send us the value. So we need to store the value somewhere. Let's call it search term. Let's say it will equal straight away something called context. And from this context, I think we talked about before, we said something about this context, so how we can read the values from the URL. So you can use the context straight away. So from the request, you can say not this response, the request. So from the request, go to the query. Why too many? So in the query, if there is anything called there, query, same the text box we have add in here. So we are reading from this text box. We said, give me the value of this query, and convert it to string straight away. And we are sure that will never be null because we have added as required, but just to protect it here, and that's it. We don't need this one. That's it. No. Let's say ignore it. Yeah. So this is the search term. And let's say search term. What happened? Search term. What we are searching for. So now what we can say inside this one. So if we said let's print a message, we said if that search term is empty or someone sent something empty, we can say it is empty. Search term is null, or white space who is there, or Mr. search term. If this one null or white space, we can say p enter search term. That's first one. That's okay. So let's go. Now we can say again, let's try to add new partial view for the Umbraco search, because as we said, we are planning to use two search types, so Google and Umbraco one. So here we can say just comment. We can say here enable Google search, just to know what we have to add here in the future. But straight away now we can add Umbraco search. What we can do here, let's save this one, and we can go to let's say partial view here again. Let's call it underscore Umbraco search. So in this one here, let's say that everything's interesting will be in this one. So first things always we have to inject examine. Min. Okay. Min. Yeah, that's what we need. And also we have to use Umbraco. But most of this code is in that documentation. So if you see something it's not clear, I think I'm sure 100% you understand that from the documentation. So here also we need to inject the examine. let's say I examine manager. Let's call it examine manager. Nice. So we need to call our text box that partial using the partial. So we can say the name is I think it was in the search folder, something called search box. With the name correct, everything is fine. And also we have to send the search term. So model dot search we said search term, but if we don't have it, why? Because we didn't send it till now. So how we can pass data to this partial view? This will be simple here. We can use something called tuple string. We need something called search term. That's one. And also we need Umbraco helper to use the to convert from ID to get the content from that ID, or the content name from that one. So let's say Umbraco helper. We can call it Umbraco. Something weird here, and this one right here. That's it. Save. So now here, this the examine code. So examine, it's big, more than you believe. So you can write queries, you can write using the APIs, you can do more than what we are doing currently. But currently, just we are writing something simple just to do the search operation, nothing more than that. So we use the examine manager. We said try. I think try get index. So I'm writing something now. It's let's say it's the something called the examine indexer. So I'll show you that in the back office where you can see that indexer, because they have something indexer for the back office only, something for the front end. So I will show you that in a minute. We'll just after we finish this one. So the index dot searcher dot search will pass the model dot search term. So we are saying go search for this word after we get an instance of that indexer, and let's say after that if the results dot any, if you have any value, just let's protect it in case of something happen. So we can say let's say paragraph here. We found a result. Let's get the count of that result. Results. Just give me how many page, or how many how many page we found, how many time we found that search term in the pages. So they will show you the count for that one. So let's print the result. Div, and that div, let's say Mr. Bro, and let's add UL. That UL we can call it. Let's use list unstyled. We don't need that dot, and we can say we loop on the result what we got for each. So let's say what we loop on. Let's say we loop on the a result here. So we say it here, we call it result. That's fine here. So let's say now var content will equal the model. So now we are using that Umbraco here we call the Umbraco helper. So why we said this one? So now, because that search engine will send us only the IDs of that page. So if I need the name of that page, the URL of that page, I have to use Umbraco helper in the front end. You can use it in the front end and on any code in the back end, same Umbraco helper. So let's say the result now dot ID. So we got the content. Yep. So let's print all that data. So let's say anchor tag. So straight away content dot name. We are getting the name of that page. If there is no name, please don't throw any error. And also the href here will be the content dot URL. Simple and nice. I think we print everything here, and that's fine. So if we have any value, so we'll print this one. If we don't have anything, so what we can do, we can say again div. Inside div again will be row. Yeah, that's fine. Inside that row, we can say, let me copy this piece of code rather than writing everything. Row. So what we are saying here, so we said if we have any result, so get that result, loop on it, and take the ID of that result. Go using Umbraco helper, give me the content. That content will have name of the page and the URL of the page. Otherwise, if I have nothing, just print your search result as 0. That's it. So we can now back in the main search page, because we have nothing here, straight away we'll say partial. So in that partial have name, it will be something called again in the search underscore Umbraco search, and we have to send the model. So that's tuple here. We have to send the search term plus the Umbraco helper, which is this injected by default here. 1, 2, 3. I think all looks good here. Let's give it a try. So here we are. What we can do now, let's go to something called search. So here we are seeing the search page. So they said enter search term, and straight away it's showing you how many the result is here. So let's say test, and if we click enter, it should show us that page, any page has been mentioned, test in that pages. So if you go to the, I think about 1, about 2, let's go about 2. Oh, we have something called, yeah, that's right. So here it's, as you see, it's still simple. We are not doing any big query, to be honest with you. It's just simple query. We wrote it together. But if you want to go see more how we can see, let's say, more advanced queries, how we can search in node and leaving other nodes, and I think there is many things interesting in that one. So I think we are in the 24 now. Let's minute. So I think we can do something very nice before we close. So let's try to add that small search box. So as we said, we can add search box too. So that search box, I think you can find it in the nav bar. If we check here, where is the nav bar we added before? I think in the search component and nav bar. I think in this navbar. So I think this one's similar to what we have in I think in the Bootstrap code. So if you check in the Bootstrap code, you will find something small. It's a small forum. I will just copy it from that template. They said under your URL, just add this one. So we'll have again same forum. We'll call it search, but that the more important thing is just to change this one to slash search. It will go to the search page, and the name is the queue. Name is a queue. The ID is a queue. That's very important to be, not a query. You can call if you go in the home page, that will be fine, but in the search page you can have two input box with the same ID. So that's all for this one here. So how I can get that value from that text box. So similar here, we'll add. I think we can do something. One more line here, but you need to add a priority here now. So let's say we have search term. So search term straight I will say here string dot let's say empty. So we'll have two search two values, not two search terms. Let's call it Q search term, which will give me this from the query, and we call it yeah, that's fine here. And also the second one here, let's call it this is the Q one, let's say, and this one the query. So we'll get the values from two places. So here how we can do that one, we can make it in a simple way too. I'm sure you can do something better than this, but let's say string dot let's say is null or white space for the Q search term. So if it is not null or white space, give me the value, put it on the search term. It will be same for the query, and this one should be Q. That's it. So what we have done here, we said give me the values, both of them. So which one of them is full? It has value inside it, so we'll assign it to the search term. Let's run it and try what will happen there. So now if you check, you can see that search box here. Even I think it's working on mobile view, I think. Let's try it there too. That's too small. Let's change to iPhone and anything please. Yeah, it's working on iPhone and mobile view too. So let's say test and search. So we'll see same result here. So I think that's working fine with us, and I think that's bringing me to the end of this video. Next video, I will show you in the back office how you can use the examine or the search builder, or the indexer, sorry. The search indexer, you can see it in the back office, and why we use that, something called external indexer, and we have something called internal indexer or member indexer, and how you can customize them. I will show you that one, and please read the documentation. There is many things you can learn more about this one. I will see you in the next video where we can do the Google search, that one.